Hello everyone, this is Lauris from Stakepool 24/7, and today we'll be going through installing and configuration of Cardano Node, so on Haskell. So we'll be actually building the server from scratch using Amazon Web Services. I will guide you through that process, which is actually not mentioned in our guide, and then we'll just follow the guide which I have created, and we should have at the end 2 relay nodes and 1 core node running on 1 server. So okay, let's go. Let's start with Amazon Web Services and choose the EC2. And I have chosen the London, and I don't have any instances there, so let's just click launch an instance. Either you can choose any preferred Linux. I'm usually using now Amazon Linux, but let's stick with Ubuntu. Where it is, let me see. Okay, let's take the latest version. 64 bits, good, very good. I would go with 4 gigs of RAM and 2 CPUs, so let's take this one. Just click next. Okay, so let's add storage, of course. I would go with 30 gigs. 20 should be enough, but yeah, let's go with 30 gigs just in case. Okay, not encrypted perfectly. Okay, review and launch. So everything looks good. Yep. Okay, then let's click launch and let's create keys so we can access our server. So let's just create a new pair of keys. Let's name it Cardano Guide 1.12. Okay, let's download it. I will just put them in my downloads folder, but of course you can move them to your key folder. Okay, that's it. We are launching the instance, so everything should be good. So in few minutes, actually in a few seconds, it could be that it's already running. So what we need from this dashboard is actually either the IP address, public IP address, or domain name, public domain name. I will go with domain name, and open shell, secure shell application. And let's, meanwhile, while it's creating, let's create this host. Okay, so let's call it Cardano Guide, and the DNS name, which we copied. Login, as we are using Ubuntu, then it will be Ubuntu is the default username. Color, whatever you like. External everything again. And connection, of course we will use a private key. So let's select, and it should be downloads. Here you go. Let's import it. Okay, so looks like everything is good. Let's create. Let's try to connect. Let's see if it's already up and running. Yes, let's save. Okay, yeah, so it's up and running. So it was so fast. So less than 2 minutes, and we have our own server where we can play around. So the next step, of course, is opening our guide. So the links will be in the description, and just follow step-by-step guide. So first thing, as we see, is to create a user. So this is of course a default Ubuntu user, Linux user, so for Ubuntu distribution. So we will create a new one. Let's check who we are. Of course we know that we are Ubuntu user. So either you can run commands through sudo, so basically with administrative rights, or you can switch to root user, which is the administrator. Let's see who as we see, now we are a root user. So this is the administrator user with which you can actually make system changes and add new users. You can switch to root user, or you can basically use sudo. It depends on what's your preferred method. Okay, so let's do the next step. As we see, we have to add new user. Okay, add new user, Cardano, good. New password, type your favorite password or the password you will remember. Okay, Yes, the information is correct, and bam, we have a new user. Before we switching to that user, let's add this user also to administrative group, which is on Ubuntu is sudo group. On CentOS or Amazon Linux it will be a wheel group. So, and let's just add, copy paste the command. Perfect. Okay, we are good to go. So let's change to that user, either with sudo, so you don't have to type password, or you can just go with switch user Cardano. Good, as a root user you can do everything. Okay, good. So we have created a new user, so that's done. Let's move to the next step. Next step is getting ready to install Cardano node. So let's of course update the system. So let's check if we have some updates to install. Okay. Either you can copy, each row by its own, or there's a nice copy button, so you can copy actually both commands at the same time and actually execute them also just by copying them in the terminal. Okay, so it will take some quick, I don't know, half minute to install the updates. As we see, this is the first step. Next step will be to install Cabal on the local machine. So basically, what we'll have to do is just click this nice button, copy all the instructions, and go to our terminal. Okay, it's still updating. So we have some minute. It depends, yeah, on each system, of course. Okay, so now we are just installing Cabal. So everything done. You see, we installed it, created directory where we are putting our bins, and move the binary to the folder. Okay, so next one, let's just add path so the system can find actually your binary files, your executive files. By default we can check that what kind of path we have. So we see that we by default on Ubuntu we don't have it in the local bin path, so we have to add it. On Amazon we have it, but okay, let's add. So basically what we are doing, again, copying everything, enter. Good, let's see. Okay, you see we have added a new path where to look for the binaries. Good, we are ready to go. Next one, just let's update Cabal and check if we have the right version. Okay, it will take again some 20 seconds to update, to check for updates. And we should have installed 3.2 version, so which is compatible now with the latest Cardano nodes. So stick with that currently. So okay, let's see, it's still downloading the latest package list. Okay, good. We see we have 3.2 version on our server. Let me just switch off the notifications. Okay, good. Okay, so next step, we have done this one. Good. Just to check again, we can of course, okay, we just installed this one, and now let's go with native Haskell compiler. Let me see. Okay, it's again just download, press enter, unpacking, going to directory, configuring, and then installing. So so it's still on this step. Okay, let's wait. It will take again a little bit, some while, to install it. So nothing fancy so far. Easy guide. You just copy paste. We are, of course, we are updating this guide, so it's at the latest latest versions. So you don't have to figure out. Sometimes, of course, if there is some recent change we haven't managed, but anyway, you can contact us on Cardano, sorry, not on Cardano, but Telegram groups, or drop a message or write an email. So there will be contact details at the end of the video if you're watching it on YouTube. Okay, so the installation is going on. So as we see, next will be we'll go to install the Cardano node. The Cardano node installation will take a long, so basically either I will pause the video, because it can take to 10 to it depends on the processor speeds. It can take really half an hour or even more. So that's let's see. Okay, good. We are ready to go. So next step is okay. Not my mouse died, so not the best. Not at the best moment. Good. Let me just plug in my charger. Okay, good. My mouse is back. Okay, so let's check if we have the latest version, which we need. Good. A65, perfect. Okay, let's move on to the next step. And this is where the fun part starts. So let's clone the latest Git code, the Cardano node from GitHub. Done. And let's check what we have. What is the latest tags? So currently, actually, the latest tag is Pioneer Wave 2, but let's go with the 1.12, which is the guide on. Pioneer is basically meant for the pioneers who are officially in the Pioneer group. So yeah, so let's stick with 1.12. Okay, so we check that. Okay, in the guide we still have the Pioneer 5, so I will change it later after the video. So let's go with number 12. Okay, good, good. And now the part which actually will take most of the time, it's like, if you will be, as you see so far, we spent how much? 5 minutes, 7 minutes. This installation process will go for 20-30 minutes. So what I can do, I can pause the video now, and as soon as it has compiled, we have the binaries, then I will resume with the video. Okay, good. Let me pause this one. Okay, so we are done, and I see it took around 30 plus minutes to compile. So now what we have to do is to copy the binaries to their location. So we are keeping all in local local bin folder. So let's copy just the instructions for copying the binaries to the location. Perfect, that's done. So let's see what are our next steps. Is just to check if system can find the binaries. Perfect, the system sees both binaries. Very good. So actually that's all. If you want to just launch, actually you can do this by typing skips/minet, and you should have already everything up and running. But of course we'll be moving forward and adding some more configuration. As you see, perfect, we are ready. The node is running. It's connected to the mainnet, but we'll be configuring it for the testnet. So let's cancel this, Control C. Good. So we are closer to our goal. Okay, so let's move to the node configuration for the testnets. And to do so, as I mentioned, we'll be creating one core node and 2 relay nodes. So what we can do, we will just go to, as you see, to the configuration folder and make 3 new folders. Okay, let's copy and just paste. Okay, done. And then we will check the latest configuration and Genesis files on the internet. So let me just click this one and let's see if we have the same. You see that in link 27, okay, and in this one actually is also 27, okay, actually these are the same ones. Okay, so what you can check them or basically copy the links. So if you know, there are different versions, you can just manually copy each one by one. Okay, let's do the manual thing. Just copy link, go to the configuration folder. We are there, so just use wget and paste the link. So this will download the default configuration file. Let's do the same for the Genesis file. Okay, same, wget and enter. Good, we have downloaded that as well. And let's go also for the topology file. Let's go here. Good, so we should have 3 files. You see, friend and family config, Genesis, and topology. Okay, that's good. So let's go back to our guide. As soon as we have downloaded it, let's also a little bit tune them. What I would love to is to see different view, because currently when we launched the simple view, you just will receive, like, you will see these log file and basically what's happening. And yeah, I would prefer some visualization. It's easier to understand, and then we can also add, actually, you know, later on that there's a log file which we can tail. Okay, so as you see, let's go and use the editor Nano. I usually prefer V, but okay, so let's go with this one. Let's copy, paste. Okay, good. So configuration file. As mentioned in the guide, we actually have to change 2 things. One is the view mode, which is from simple view to live view, and trace block fetch decision to true, so we don't have, you know, all the additional log information coming to the terminal. So let's see. Okay, trace block decisions here. Let's just put it to true. True, and then just change this one to live view. That's it. Save, yes, exit, done. So this is actually the change we have to do, and then let's just copy these files to each of the nodes folder. So we have the configuration files, then the topology, and Genesis files. Okay, so just copy again the command. Okay, and just paste everything, and that's done. You have copied all the files to the correct places. So in the guide, I suggest you use these 3 ports for the core node 3000, for relay 1 3001, and relay 2 3002. So actually we can check already. We have all the necessary things done to connect to the friends and family testnet. So let's just paste. As you see, it's the command is quite simple. Cardano node, then run, and then all the necessary information, where the database will be stored, where is the socket, port, configuration file, and yeah, all other things. So just let's try this one and let's see. Voila. Okay, so we have really nice, you know, live view. We can see that it's already working, and we can see that it's already quite fast. Is fetching the blocks. Perfect, everything is working. So we can just quit now, because we want actually to do what we want to do is to have 3 nodes and run them using MOOCs. Okay, so we can do the same with other nodes. Check. But okay, so let's move forward to configure the first node. So let's see. Currently we have the core node, which is actually for security reasons, the core node should only connect to your relay node. So that's why let's edit the topology file and just take out the connection to the relays, as you see, friends and family relay. So let's just put there, and let's copy these ones. So we need to delete these ones and add our okay, it's not this one. So we have to add our relay nodes. Okay, so as we see, it will be relay nodes. Okay, just a second, messed up a little bit. Okay, let's just delete this one. Okay, and yeah, should we go? Okay, relay 1, relay 2 on 3001 and 3002 port. Okay, save. Yes. Okay, done. So should be fine. If you actually run the core node again, it shouldn't, as we'll see, there are no connections, because currently actually we haven't started the relay nodes yet. So this is still the first node, core node. Okay, let's quit and move forward. For the relay, actually we have additional topology files. For the relay 1, we want that the relay connects to the public node, which is this one, and to our own relay node, which is on the local address. And the same goes again for the second. Also public one and to relay 1. Okay, we can download this, or we can just quickly do this in our terminal. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, this is one. Let's delete everything. Ctrl K. Just select this one. Copy. Paste. Save. Yes. And then the same for relay 2. Relay 2, yes. Delete the default one. And just copy paste these ones. Okay, good. Yes, exit. Very good. So we have configured also topology, so the relay nodes connect to each other, and the public node and core node only connects to the relay nodes. Let's move towards the launching nodes. So of course we previously launched the node individually, so just a process launched and then saw what's going on there. And then we canceled, tried another one, etc. So actually what we are going to do now, we will create a script which launches all the 3 nodes in one nice window. We're using the command tool, it's MUX. I don't know actually how to pronounce it. There is also a cheat sheet with some information how to handle it, how to switch windows, etc. So let's just start. Basically what we're gonna do, we are going to the scripts folder. This time I will not do copy because it takes time, but basically you can create these scripts like nano start shell, create this shell script, then copy paste the information. Next one. So we have 5 files, one which starts every node, as you see, the core node, the relay node, the relay 2, and actually htop, so which is a nice monitoring tool. Stop all, it just kills the nodes. So if you decide to restart or whatever. Core shell, actually it launches the core node. Relay, the same goes for relay node, and relay 2 for the second relay node. As you know, currently we are putting everything on one server, but of course in production you will put every node on their own server, as if one server gets compromised, so you don't lose everything else. Okay, so another thing what I have done, so for the lazy people or for people who want to be up to date, I have created Git repository, so where we can actually download those scripts. So here it is, simple. Let's download. Let's just go, copy, paste, and you should have all the scripts there. Actually, also I put on latest ones you have also the configuration files which I can copy, but we will use just these ones. So these are the same. If you see cat core. So this is the same file which we have here, core. Yeah. Okay. Good. So what we do next is just copy all the shell files to our script folder. Boom, done. And then let's just go to script folder. And if you use this version, if you just downloaded the Git from the Git, it already has these executive flags. But if you just create it manually, but with editor, you have to add the executive flag to these files so you can execute those files. Otherwise, those are just text files. Okay, we don't have to do that. We have just to go to our script folder. Here you go. Let's check. Perfect. You see, we have all the files here. Let's just organize a little different. Okay, as you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the files here. So actually, we have done everything. We are ready to launch our thing, our nodes. Okay. So basically, what we're gonna do, as I mentioned before, we have one shell script which launches all the sessions in one nice window. Okay. So fingers crossed, everything should be fine. And here you go. Voila. So everything is ready. So we have the core node. This one, the first one. Let's check. Okay. Let me just switch to the first one. Okay. So this one is the core node, which hasn't received any blocks so far because we are still synchronizing. So let's see. As you see, this core node is connected to other core node, and if we go to the last one, okay, there you go. Okay, as you see, also the core node finally connects to our relay nodes, and this one. Okay, I haven't switched. Okay, come on, switch to this one. Okay, here you go. Okay, why don't show pairs and here pairs. Okay, we see this one connects to relay nodes and is still fetching blocks, and this one is just connecting to the core. Hey Siri. Okay, so we have everything up and running. So one core node and 2 relay nodes. So everything runs beautifully. So this was actually a quick manual guide how to run. As we see currently, actually, okay, I see that the load is quite high because we are still fetching and processing the blocks. But actually, you know, it should be around 10% CPU use when everything is fetched. Everything's working smoothly. So that was a quick guide how to start, and actually, you know, it took really, you know, without the installation, it took us 20 minutes to run the run the nodes. So it's very simple. Next step for you guys, of course, is to register, basically get addresses and register keys, but that's another tutorial. If you have any questions, just drop me a message over the Twitter or come to our channel on Telegram or just on forums. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you guys, and yeah, see you later.